All right, come on. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites from the Camp GMS Cleveland. And before we get started, we'll give all praise. Shalom. Before we get started, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, and Klapadash. Give honor to the Apostle Illustrated Millstone, who will, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preaches truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. Shabbat Shalom is the Sabbath, and we just came together to do a live stream to the Spirit Party How Much Shah. The name of this video is Immortality is Where It's At. And this video was inspired by a conversation me and another brother was having earlier. I can't really remember the full conversation like that, but basically, conversation just led to immortality, man. Because this place, America, living in America, you don't receive immortality here, man. This place, America leads into death, man. Hey, the only way you can find immortality is through your Yahweh Shah, man. And basically, I do remember I was telling the brother about this video I seen of this nigga Michael Jackson and shit, and he it was on the video on my phone, but it was like some room, him and the nigga recording and the nigga he was talking to, they was walking in some room, and it was like a Egyptian tomb, like hella Egyptian idols, Egyptian tombs and shit. And I guess the nigga bought the shit. So basically, there was like admiring and looking at it, and he was just saying like, this looks so cool, this and that. Then the dude asked him, would you like to be buried in one of these? Would you like to be buried in one of these? He said, oh, I don't want to be buried. So then he said, well, how do you he said, I don't want to be buried in the ground. And then he was saying, because he basically saying, no, I don't want to be buried in the ground. So then the dude was like, well, how do you want to be buried? And he said, I want to live forever. Because it being Jake's spirit to want to live eternal, forever and ever, man. Because we the gods of the earth, man. We should say that we gods and we shall die like men. But guess what? When Yahweh shall come back and bring the kingdom, we are gonna live forever, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, because you said
So like it just came back to me because that's how the conversation we was talking about something else, but then it led to us getting victory. It's about from here on out, from this moment all the way to the kingdom, we got victory, man. Because hey, the crown of life, the crown of life, the immortality, that's the victory to the fullness. But hey, we got victory on the low level because the Lord brought us back to reality, man. Brought us back to our nationality, woke us up to this truth, man. Blessed us with this truth, man. So we already got ups on this devil, man, on our enemies, man. But hey, the times we come in, the Lord's about to give us the victory even more, man. To the point where you go have brothers get beat up on chariots, brothers and sisters and children getting beat up on chariots, brothers getting that crown of life, man, receiving that immortality, man. Because with that immortality comes abundance of things, man.
Yeah, because you mentioned Yahweh Shah. Immortality only comes through Yahweh Shah. I'm about to precept. This is 2 Timothy 1. You got that? 8, I'm going to read it to 11. It says, be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shah, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions for the gospel according to the power of the Most High, who hath saved us and called us with an holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, before the world began, but is now made manifest by the appearing of our Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who hath abolished death, and hath brought life and immortality to light through the gospel, whereunto I am appointed a preacher and an apostle and a teacher of the Gentiles. So like the brother said, man, immortality comes through Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? That's how we obtain immortality. Why? Because he conquered death. 1 Corinthians 15. Death is up under his feet. and it is swallowed whole, man. It's swallowed up. It's gonna be completely swallowed up once death is not no longer a part of the Israelite man, woman, and child here in this realm, because we're gonna also dwell in this realm with new bodies, celestial, extraterrestrial bodies. You see what I'm saying? But that it first started with Yahweh Shai sacrificing himself to bridge that gap, to bring us back to the good graces of Yahweh, the Father, man, what the world ignorantly calls God. You know what I'm saying? So he brought us back into good graces, which now we can obtain immortality. You see, because at once we were dead, man. You know, we were dead. Something that's dead, you know what I'm saying? Don't doesn't have. What the scriptures say? There's no praise in the ground. You know what I'm saying? So just bringing it to full circle, what I'm saying. When you dead, nothing is accomplished, man. There's no praise in death, man. You see, so when you in a dead state, man, you're not living. So the point is, Yahweh Shai, he made it to where now we can live again, man. Okay? Because Esau, he's the dead man. You know what I'm saying? He's the so-called zombie, whatever name you want to put on it, man. Which is why he's seeking immortality. You see, he knows that he has an end. Anything out of immortality has an end, has an expiration date on it. I did a lesson called anything that is not of the truth, or anything that is a lie. I forgot what the title was, but I said it has an expiration date on it, man. You see? And that's why these devils got 7 hearts, 6 hearts. They're trying to seek immortality, man. That's why they took a hold of the book a little bit, wanted to go into us, see how to keep us down, see how to gain one up on us forever. Oh, if we keep them in sin, all right, then the Lord won't come back, man. Everything goes in vain, and so forth, if you will, man.
What it say? It say in Proverbs, the eyes of men are never satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
This man don't live forever, man.
Yep.
That's why King Solomon said that all these things was vanity, man. Because eventually it's gonna come to the end. Or you can have your big house, your nice ass car, 6-door garage. You can have all that, the woman, the children, all of that. But guess what? Your ass still gonna die here, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So that shows you right there that this is not where it's at, man. Because you can't even fully enjoy the things you have, man.
Yeah,
It's gonna expire, man.
Right, you can't enjoy your children, you can't enjoy your women, you can't enjoy the brothers, for real, on a high level. Imagine if we all have powers and we go into different galaxies and we clearing up and we telekinesing and all type of stuff, man, controlling the elements. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Mark. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, go, you got a precept?
I got that word immortality in that 2 Timothy.
Okay, yeah, come on.
It's G861. Hold on.
Strong's G861. Aphasia.
Aphasia. It says incorruption, perpetuity, purity, sincerity, incorrupt. Okay, because immortality is synonymous with incorruption. Okay, because immortality is basically everlasting life. I mean, there's no way that life could be corrupted to the point where death can come in, as we see in this present evil world. Death is all around. Okay, right. Scriptures refer to this place as the shadow of death. You know, because death follows everywhere you go in this place. You know. Yep. Now I got a quick precept. This 2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 42. It says, "He answered me and said, This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak."
Where you reading from?
2 Ezra chapter 7.
Oh, that's the spirit. Yeah. Go. What verse you start at?
42.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm start from the top. 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 42. "He answered me and said, This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak." Okay, so this present evil world that we live in, this is not the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the small hats in the land of Israel today, they not the chosen people. Because if they was, they would have immortality. Okay, the law will be going forth from Jerusalem, as the scriptures say. But this is not the time period that we in. Okay.
Right. Them small hats is still perishing, man.
Yeah,
they don't have no concrete evidence of immortality. Because once the kingdom is established, like you're saying that, you know what I'm saying, y'all back in the land, that's what you're saying by doing that. And you don't even occupy the whole land. That's why there's a conflict between the Palestinians and the small hats. But anywho, you don't have immortality, a state of immortality, man. Because we know one thing that the scriptures say in Wisdom of Solomon 1:15, it says, "Well, righteousness is immortal." So therefore, we understand that you just by that concept, you don't have immortality because you have the biggest alphabet parade in the entire world. One of them hosted in Tel Aviv, man. You know, so that's nothing righteous about that, man. So therefore you are what on the opposite end of immortality. Okay, you are seeking immortality. Okay, you are seeking everlasting life. You have shows like the feed. Okay, upload. What brothers should check those shows out. All right, the feed was a little bit more accurate. Upload was too in terms of what he's trying to do. He cut their heads off, and they would be living in their mind. All right, before they die, they cut their head off and keep them trapped within the mind. Okay, that's something like the metaverse and so forth. They put the VRs on their head. They keeping you trapped in the alternate reality, man. You know, that's a form of living in forever, man. They book hotels in the VR world and shit, man. You got it, dog.
I want to go back to that word immortality in Second Timothy. I want to go to the root word. It's G862. It says uncorrupted, not liable to. It says not liable to corruption or decay, imperishable. And the brother made reference to the one the one elite. He didn't have like about 7 heart transplants, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was a so-called J-double-O, okay, a small hat. Okay, just to back up what the brother was saying, if they was the people of the Lord, they would have immortality. But yet, you got them who try to get multiple transplants in order to keep living because they don't have immortality. And Esau, he coming with that his pseudoscience to try to obtain the pseudo blessing. Because I remember months ago they was saying they had a tour or they was trying to basically copy the memory and make it seem like you could live forever or something like that. So Esau, he just bugging out trying to get immortality. You know?
Yeah, he can't get it, man. I got some. If y'all ain't had nothing. Look, this Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. It say this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. You know, all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. You know, and that's why we don't have immortality now, man. Because we're not keeping the laws perfectly, man. But in the kingdom, the laws can be written in our inward parts, man. You know, then we could be able to do it perfectly, man. Because hey, Esau, he's trying to gain immortality on the left hand side. That's why he's doing all this witchcraft, sorcery, you know, chanting and all. He's doing all these things because he's trying to gain on the left hand side because he's the wicked, man. He can't do anything righteous, man.
Yeah, because you say he's trying to do it on the left hand side, meaning what? He's trying to do it without the Most High, like as the leader, as the forefront of it. When the Most High is immortality, right? He is everlasting. Like, so how can you be everlasting without the one that is everlasting?
Right, and if Esau was the master, that if it came down to it, he'd try to overcome Satan, the left hand angels, he'd try to overcome Yahweh Shai, the Most High, he'd try to take it over himself, man. That's why the Lord didn't give him that blessing, man, because he knew how his spirit was, man.
Yeah, to prove that is 2 Thessalonians. Sitting in the seat as power, saying that he is power. That's him. What the brother said, man. Nigga, he'll try to take it over. You know what I'm saying?
But it said, you keep these things, you shall come to life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you said, they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Right. All right. So all, and that's what we're doing now. We're keeping the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, man. Because by us doing that, we're conforming into that immortality state, man. You know. Hey, actually, truth be told, so certain brothers is already immortal, man. Because like Yahweh Shah said, ye shall not, some of you shall not taste death, you know. But hey, we're conforming to that immortality state that's gonna give us some new bodies, man. As we read in the scriptures, man. What's that saying in the world? You are what you eat. That's what we're doing. We eating this world, man. We eating these scriptures, man. You know, and we applying these things, man. You know, that's why, hey, scriptures also say, man's wisdom show forth through his countenance. You know, because that's that immortality mindset coming out, man.
Yup.
Showing forth, man.
Yup. I got a quick one for you, right? What you just said. This is Job chapter 30. I think it's 34. Job chapter 34. Yeah. Job chapter 34 and 3. For the ear tries words as the mouth tasted meat. You see? Going to what the brother said, you are what you eat. You see? And when we speak, that's what y'all shot. Now what goes into it, man, but what comes out. Okay, what comes out shows what we eat. Okay, or ultimately, man. You see, saying so. That's what the Lord told us to eat this whole roll, meaning what Yahweh Shah said come in the volume of the book. So we eat the whole roll, which so that we can be whole with Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? We know the ins and outs when it comes to suddenly let terms of teaching and prophesying and so forth, the breakdowns, the doctrine and so forth. That's what comes with eating the whole roll. Lamentations more than the woe, knowing the good and the bad or the bitter that the scriptures entail. You see, just to back you up on that.
Right, these people they eat in the ways of death, man.
Right.
And that's what they're gonna receive death. See, Esau, he in a trick bag, man. He thinking he gonna receive life the way I mean he gonna be sick. Esau think he gonna see life by doing the ways he doing. But like they also say in Job, the deceiver and the deceiver are both his, man. The Lord got this devil in a trick bag. It's not meant for him to be immoral. It's meant for him to be destroyed, man. That's why his name is Esau, you dummy. You know, he is wasted away. You know, but hey, the Lord chose Jacob to live forever, man.
Yeah. Like you said, as the scripture saying, "Proverbs, as a man thinketh, so is he." You know what I'm saying? So Esau, his mindset is death. You know what I'm saying? His mindset is to destroy. You know, his mindset. See, our mindset is to prosper and to live. Okay, and to be fruitful. His mindset is to destroy and to take away that fruit, to spoil that fruit, to corrupt that fruit, which is death, man. Okay, and which we know that death it has no reign supreme, or it doesn't reign supreme over what we call life, what the scriptures call life. Okay.
Just a little bit more here. This Baruch 4 and 2 it say, "Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof."
Mm-hmm.
You know, it ain't say walk in the ways of America or walk in the ways of idolatry, man. It said, well, walk in the ways of in the presence of the light thereof. And what is that? The scriptures, man. You know? It say that thou mayest be illuminated, man. Be enlightened by this word, man, and take in these things, receive these things, man, so you can live forever, man. He just said the first verse, "They that keep it shall come to life," man. You know?
Yep.
Hey, we're the and that's spirit. We talked about me and another brother talked about that earlier. We're the Illuminati on the right hand side,
Right,
man.
of course.
You know, we're the elites on the right hand side, man. You know,
Right.
so hey, this war on a physical level is between the elites of the left and the elites of the right, man,
Right.
which is Jacob and Esau, man.
Yep.
You know, and who's gonna win this? Jacob, man. Because hey, Jacob won every other time. Why won't Jacob win now, man?
Yep.
You know,
This is Wisdom Solomon 8 and 1, who is as the wise man and who knoweth the interpretation of the thing. A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. And that's what's going on. The wisdom is in making our face to shine on the low, in this realm, okay, and ultimately we're going to shine at a high level once our bodies is changed. But that wisdom is the reason why our face is shining. You see, which is the wisdom is going to give us the immortality. You see, that's what the wisdom is. That's the new covenant that's written in our inward parts. That's the immortality, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. See, that's how the nations recognize that the Lord is with us. That is how the nations recognize that the power that we serve, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob actually exists by the character, by the essence that the Israelites walk with in the realm that man does reside, man. You see, and that's why the Father has such a you know, like this urge to destroy you, Jakes, for acting the way you do is because you're taking on ways that don't bring recognition to him, man. So now his vision, now his image is blurred to the people. That's what it says in Psalms 9. So now righteousness don't go into the earth. You see, we are the image on this side that represents the heavens, which represents Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You see, And that's what we're gonna have in the kingdom. Immortality. You think Yahweh gonna be, you know what I'm saying? No, man, Yahweh's not gonna sit on your couch, man. You know what I'm saying? They be expecting the Lord to come down in the living room and sip tea with them, man. The Lord is not gonna do that, bro. You know, he sends his men. He always operated like that, man. It's gonna be the same in the kingdom.
I got something real quick. This Daniel 12 and 2 it say, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. You know, the ones that awake to everlasting life is the elect, man, for the nation of Israel. They're going to receive immortality first, man. And the ones that's going to wake up to everlasting shame and contempt is 2/3, man. Because they're going to be ashamed, man. They're going to feel dumb as hell. They're going to be like, damn, I had an opportunity to receive the immortality back in America, man. You know, but I chose the ways of death, man.
Right, to live deliciously with it.
It say, and they that it say, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
That's that wisdom.
Right.
You see, that's the wisdom. That's this light, which is these scriptures, man, which is Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai is the mindset of Yahweh, man. Yahweh had a blueprint. Yahweh Shai was the first creation, and Yahweh Shai created the things in which the blueprint upheld. Yahweh Shai, he said, I and my Father are one. You see, he came in the vibration, and he's literally the spitting image of Yahweh, man. The way he looked in the physical, and how he looked now, man. His movements, how he think, he's the mind or a portion of the mind of Yahweh, man. You see, that's why I said portion, because even Yahweh Shai don't know the time he's going to come back, which shows you the separation between the two. But Yahweh, like just like we're a portion of his mind, man. You see, we eat him and we speak him, man. We move him, like you know, we move like him, man. You know, we love like him, man, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, man. That's why they're gonna persecute us like him, you know.
Yahweh Shai's coming back, so we gonna be wrong. They say, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Ooh. Yeah, calm. I got one more. I got one. This is Sirach 19 and 18 says the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Right, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 7, he loved none but him that dwelleth in wisdom. When you go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 30, it says Yahweh Shah was made unto us what? Wisdom, redemption, sanctification, and so forth. Roughly paraphrasing. You know? So that wisdom is Yahweh Shah, which means that what? Immortality is literally where it's at, because he's the king of the universe, man. Okay? Having immortality means that you're one with the maker, man. You know? Which means no one could come against you. That's why Yahweh Shah said, can't nobody pluck the elect out of his hands. Can't nobody in this earth come against them, man, because they share a portion of their life. Romans 8. It says the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life. Whoa, that's the doctrine of life. It said, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality, man. You see? And that it started with the wisdom. See, people take light of what we're doing right now. This is very big. This is huge, man. Because this, like you said earlier, this is going to this is transitioning into those new bodies. Or this is what you're seeing before you. You're seeing the molding of our new shells. It starts now. You see? So then eventually we're not going to have to read out of a book no more. It's just going to be in us. Because of everything we entered, the Lord increased it and made it at its highest peak, man, at its highest form. But this time it's just gonna be within us forever, man. It's never gonna leave us, man. You know, or being put in deep sleep or whatever, man.
This back in Baruch 4 and 3, it say, "Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation." Right, so we're not about to we're not about to give you this truth, man. We're not about to give you this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord bless us with it, man. You know, we gonna use this for ourselves, man, so we can get the victory, so we can receive salvation, man. You know, because like the brother was saying, man, hey, salvation is will be for only the elect on this side, man, not for everybody else to get in, man. You know, but it say verse 4, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people. The memorial of Israel You were sold to the nations.
Right, because that shows you that Esau is never going to obtain immortality, because they never knew the Lord, man. Their sacrifice was never accepted, man. Their offerings was never accepted. Yes, they're doing on the left hand side what the Lord wants, in they're not transgressing His word in that moment or that point, but that's because that's what He was created to do. He literally is the wicked. So what the scripture just said, he can never obtain immortality because he would never have a wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because he was created to be the contrary. So which means that if he obtained that form of wisdom, he will overtake the very thing that gave it to him, if he could. Like you said, go ahead, all right?
Bro, show you bring the last verse back.
This verse
Let's say, be of good cheer.
verse 5, it say, "Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel."
No, it's like the one before that.
Verse 4, it say, "O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us."
See, it says the things that are pleasing to the Heavenly Father are made known unto us. And the brother read in the book of Sirach that they that do things that are pleasing unto him shall eat of the tree of immortality. So the Lord made it known unto us how to please him so that we could eat of that tree of immortality. And what does the tree do? It brings forth fruit, okay, which is basically a result of that tree being planted. So
Right.
the results of everything we do
Right.
in due time, when the Lord comes and give us the new body, everything we do is going to result in life.
Right, which the tree of knowledge is the wisdom. The tree of knowledge is the wisdom. All right, that's going to be installed in us, like we keep bringing out in that Jeremiah 31. All right, that new covenant. All right, go ahead.
It say, "Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies." Man. So there you go, man. We only got brought to this estate just to get punished, man, because we disobeyed the Most High. We put away that immortality, man. You know, so hey, the Lord gave us a life of a slave, man. Because in the kingdom, the slaves not gonna be immortal. They gonna be just regular people, man. The Lord made us regular people, man. What we was once called sons of God. Then we was called giants. You know, the Nephilim. Basically mean the fallen the fallen ones. You know, we fell away, man, from that great godly estate, man, to mortal people, to regular mortal average people, man. You know, but but like I said, we wasn't in this, we didn't get brought in this estate for our destruction, man. So the Lord's gonna deliver us out of this estate and give us immortality, man.
Yep. Because again, going back to his wisdom, like you mentioned, the nation's not going to have. They're going to be taught his ways, but they're not going to have his ways in them and embedded in their spirit, which is why we have to teach them. when the scripture talking about teach not no man no more your neighbor, roughly paraphrasing, that's talking about the fellow Israelite man, because he's going to have the laws in him. Okay, it's going to be a part of. It's going to be completely their genetic makeup code to the T, man. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it means what? That, like the brother just said, the nations is not going to uphold that form of immortality. They're going to still die in the kingdom, because what? They uphold the ways of outside of immortality, which is sin. They're going to be going off. We're going to have to correct them and so forth. Keep everything in order. What would be the point of the government if we ain't have nothing underneath it? What is going to govern? You see what I'm saying? So the Lord has it where we're going to be governed something, which are the nations, man. Okay, which means that they're going to be different from the Israelites, man.
And that's how it was in the beginning, man. Yep. You had dominion over the animals, over the different nations, you know. But when we sinned against the Most High, that's when the Lord took all of that away from us, man.
Here we go, right here. Isaiah 33 and 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge, the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them have he blessed and exalted. Some of them have he sanctified and set near himself, but some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as his pleasure. So man, at his pleasure. So man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. So if Esau was fitted for the vessel fitted for destruction, he is if he's the wicked. Why would he be doing things that are godly? They're against each other. So it's impossible for him to do the things that are godly. You know what I'm saying? Or uphold a holy God, uphold a godly nature, man. Because you got Israelites that do wickedly, okay, but that doesn't mean that they are the wicked, because you have the Lord has set it up where you have everything work on scales of vibrations. You know what I'm saying? And frequencies. It's just that that left hand frequency is turned up higher than the right hand frequency in this realm right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you got to constantly keep those vibrations in your body down with vibrate lumens in the body, chemtrails and things like that. He keep your vibration down, man, because your body's naturally trying to go back to life, trying to constantly correct itself, man. This is a dude named James Gator always mentioned. He discovered that in the microscope. Everything we bring on the scriptures, he discovered in the microscope to put some more surety on it. All right. So Jay can understand. But he said the body naturally corrects itself. He called it the genetic makeup code, where your DNA constantly corrects itself. So Esau constantly got to turn up the dials and stuff so your vibration can be altered, man. And that we're not gonna be doing that. We're not gonna have a nigga playing with the dials in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the man of sin is gonna be moved out the way, man.
And that right there just shows you that the other nations don't like us, man. That they the Israelites, man, because they know the blessing that the Lord gave us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because let's keep it real. Who just wants to die? Like,
right?
Nobody just wants to die.
Right.
Like, oh, life is coming to an end.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But hey, it is what it is, man. The Lord set it up for us to be immortal, to rule forever, man. That's why the kingdom is going to be an everlasting kingdom, because we're not going to die.
Yep.
It ain't going to be no, all right, we died, then our sons forgot about the ways of us, then now they going off. And no, we all going to live forever, man. Yep. And the law's going to be written in our inward parts, man. Yep. You know, so it ain't going to be no corruption in the kingdom, man.
Yeah, because
amongst the Israelites.
Yeah, because the scriptures say Solomon, right? He said, "Give me any plague."
No, that's son of Sirach.
Okay, yeah, Khan's water. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, but the scriptures say, man, hey, give me any plague with the plague of the heart, which is the mind. All right, you know, the mind is the worst damage done to the body that can happen, because the mind, the body reacts to what the mind gives it. You know what I'm saying? So in the kingdom, we're gonna have a full, 100% downloaded hard drive in our mind in the kingdom. Okay, which means our body is gonna react to exactly what our mind is, and that's 100% intertwined with Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, so we're in if the scriptures, uh, 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 the scriptures, not if the scriptures, because I'm about to say something else, but the scriptures is the only truth. That means that if we are intertwined with Yahweh Shai, that means that if it comes to a point where we fade out, that means what Yahweh Shai will fade out. You see what I'm saying? But we know that's not the case, because that's why that's another surety that the Lord put on that for us to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. That's another reassurance of Him confirming that we're gonna live forever, man. All right, and have the things that He's gonna bless us with forever, man. Okay. I got a quick one.
I got one.
Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, and we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew Him not."
Right.
Speaking of Yahweh Shah, because we are being called the sons of the Most High, because we have been reborn to the point where we think it just like the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father. Okay, that's why the world don't know us. There it is. We speaking about living forever. You tell that to a normal person in the world, they gonna look at you like you crazy, like you bugged out. But this is reality. This is something that's gonna actually come to pass. You know, in verse 2 it says, "Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when He shall appear, we shall be like Him, for we shall see Him as He is." Okay, and yeah, that's speaking of the elect being like Yahushua, and Yahushua is what? He is righteousness. He is wisdom. He is light. So when he returns and he delivers his elect, he gonna make them just like him. Okay, as it says in Romans the 8th chapter, we are to be conformed to the image of his son. You know.
And that second Ezra 7, did you read the 43?
No, I ain't ever get.
Oh, you might have to get that back. Yeah, I was gonna think about it again. This is a quick one, real quick. That's funny because the brother posted part of it on the comment board. But I was gonna start up. This is Wisdom Solomon 8. I had this on deck too. Moreover, 13. Moreover, by the means of her, which is wisdom, all right, I shall obtain immortality. You see, and that's again, it goes back to the wisdom, which we understand that that's Yahweh Shai. Okay, so that means that Yahweh Shai, that's where it's at, man. Okay, living and dying for him, all right, sacrificing our lives to be part of him, that's where it's at, man. Okay, not death, man. All right, not. And what I mean by death, I'm talking about the ways of the world, man. Everything around us is deaf culture, black culture, deaf culture, or any other culture. You know what I'm saying? All the gods are fake. All the food is fake. The people is fake. You know what I'm saying? It says, moreover, by the means of her, I should obtain immortality and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. I shall set the people in order, and the nation shall be subject unto me. Horrible tyrants shall be afraid when they do but hear of me. I shall be found good among the multitude and valiant in war. After I am come into my house, I will repose myself with her, for her conversation have no bitterness, and to live with her have no sorrow, but mirth and joy.
That's speaking of wisdom. It says her conversation has no bitterness. Because once again, being synonymous with immortality, there is no corruption in true wisdom,
right?
True righteousness,
right? When the scripture goes into Ecclesiastes, it say in the first chapter, the last verse, and much increasing wisdom, increasing sorrow. That's because we're in a different realm. So the more we learn about the realm we're in, the more sorrowful we become, because we understand that we can't even let this wisdom shine, man. You know what I'm saying? This form, this wisdom that we're obtaining, this love that we're obtaining, it doesn't have a spotlight in this realm. So we increase in sorrow because we're limited to an extent of how we can actually move. We really want to love our brothers that we see. You know what I'm saying? At the fucking gas station, pumping his car. You know what I'm saying? He give me that mean look. You really love your brothers. You know what I'm saying? 2/3 got to go, of course, man. But you get the point. I'm saying that we can't give forth the true essence of this vibration because of the realm we currently dwell in, man. That's the sorrow that increases because of the acknowledgement that the Lord has blessed us to see what's actually going on. Because we once were a part of that, man. You know what I'm saying? That too. Knowing that we was a part of that, like, damn, man, I was a wicked nigga, man. You know?
I was gonna say that's your point, because this place is corrupt. Okay, another word for corrupt is worth it's capable of decaying. Every day that goes by, this place is decay. From the people and their mindset to the concrete and the buildings, everything is decaying.
Right, where moth and rust do not corrode. Roughly paraphrasing. Because this place eventually has an expiration date, man. Like because it's not life. All right, it's not life. All right. Just to finish this verse, it says, "Was Solomon 8:17?" Now when
that's pretty said that though. We was talking about that yesterday. How like the different generations, whatever trends they had, as soon as like that generation get a certain age, that shit like go out the window, like they cancel it out.
Yep.
You know, then damn, I was gonna say the generations. What was the last thing you just said? The last sentence you just said.
I was gonna say that all go back to this place being capable to decay, because nothing lasts here. Nothing. The thought process, like the brother was saying, the trends that these people come up with.
That's what I was about to say. It came back to me, bro. Even with the movies, bro, it's the same shit. Like every movie is the same thing. It's the same concept, bro. That's not in the kingdom. There's gonna be limitless of things being made every day, all the time. You ain't gonna get bored in the kingdom. We was about that earlier, bro. Pictures just getting bored in the kingdom. Even the same stuff. It's always gonna be something that learn about that same one thing, man. So how much
Yep.
more for multitude of things that's gonna be created every day?
And we see that on a small example of the scriptures. We could read a verse, and then 5 years later, we could read that same verse, and we peel back another layer through the spirit. Like, damn, now it's twofold. We could, you know what I'm saying? It's threefold, really. And you get more edification on that one thing. This is an example of how the kingdom gonna be. You see what the bro was saying. It was just saying. It's gonna be layers upon layers. The Lord shows us with that with vegetables and fruits. There's layers in the things that we eat. There's more to it, down to the smallest thing in the middle of the core of it. You see, it's always a layer to it. Even with the universe and the galaxies and stars and bro, it's so many layers, bro, that we're gonna have infinite knowledge and wisdom. We're gonna be able to explore through this time zone and that time zone, and you know what I'm saying? Swimming with the dolphins, swimming with the fishes. You know what I'm saying? It's Leviathan. You know what I'm saying? Plant man, bro. It says that's why the title is what it is through the spirit of bro. Hey, cause that's where it's at, man. Like, bro, Jake think getting a Bugatti,
Right.
fucking Rihanna, going to the NBA game on a court side seat is living, man. Then he go home. Then he got another chick at the house waiting for him. So when he wake up, he go to this. Bro, Jake think that's living, man. Okay.
Correct. Oh wait, hold on. Don't forget to mention that she's not a virgin.
Right, bro. She getting passed around your homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta watch your back constantly, even though you got all this supposedly fame and money. You gotta constantly watch them, be on edge still. You could still get pulled over, nigga, and killed by the cops. You could still go to right. The moment you cross Esau, like the higher you get and you cross on me, you know, showing you that you're not empowered, man. This ain't no fucking life to live, man. Where does it end? When does it end for the Israelite man and woman and child? If this was it, when does it end? You know what I'm saying? How do we get it back? It's impossible, man. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible, bro. Showing you that this gotta go, man. That's why this is not where it's at. The kingdom is where it's at. Yahweh Shemel Shah is where it's at.
You gotta work and shit. I was this one person I know, I was having this conversation with this one person I know, and she was saying like, bro, you can't even she got we was about like, you know, working, struggling and shit. She was basically saying like, you can't even you can't even lay down right in this society, right? You gonna lay down, you still gotta have the shit on your mind like, damn, when I get back up, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Bro, it's no rest, man. Your mind is not your mind, your spirit, your flesh is not at ease in this society.
Yup. You
know?
And the brother Amar, he always, I gotta ask him to send a link, but he always mentioned that case study, that classroom, the teacher did the case study on the minds. All right, but the point of the case study was to show that the mind is always thinking, and he looked at the difference between the ones that thought the most and the ones that wasn't thinking the most based off the task that he had in the classroom. Roughly paraphrasing, the point was that the ones that had walked in the one classroom, they were so tired and drained once they got on the other side from the other ones that didn't have to do that much thinking. So imagine, like the brother said, even when we go down to the place of rest where our eyes is closed, our body is laid down, the lights is dim, we're still constantly, our minds is still constantly surrounded by the shit we got to do in Babylon. So we're never at rest. You see what I'm saying?
You have a bugged out ass dream.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
It never ends here, bro. It just keeps going on.
Even in the dream world, you get attacked. Now you gotta wake up like, bro.
You thought the shit was real and shit.
Yup. I got just one more verse. It says, Wisdom Solomon 8:17. Now, when I considered these things in myself and pondered them in my heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom is immortality. You know what I'm saying? So to be friends and to be joined with allied with allied with wisdom is immortality, man. Okay, which that's why the scriptures say the wisdom of this world is not wisdom at all. That's why the things here die. That's why the things are here are corrupted. All right. You know, the scriptures talk about a little one should become 1,000, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be fruitful. As a matter of fact, can I grab that if I can real quick? This is Isaiah 60. Going straight to the point. Isaiah 60, and I feel right to it. 20. Like 10 says, the sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon and give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power thy glory. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. Right, we're never going to lose knowledge, wisdom, and understanding again. Okay? It says, for the Lord shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Right, we're not going to be in a state of mourning no more. You know what's a state of mourning? On the smallest denominator to the largest. From toe aches to back aches to headaches to tooth aches. Right. Right, bro. You know what I'm saying? You get sick, you get, you know what I'm saying? You got your car breakdown, depression, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Man, I mean, the list goes on, man, and on, bro. That's gonna be ended, man. Thy people also should be all together. So like it, thy people also shall be all righteous. And wisdom, Psalm 115, righteousness is immortal. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. Right. So that if that's not happening with the ones that call themselves the people, that means that the Father is not being glorified, because that means that the kingdom is not here, because they don't uphold to the essence that the book is talking about when it comes to us fulfilling that certain prophecy. Other things come with that, man. That means that other things that took in place. World War WW3, Jacob's, all them other things that had to take place when we were back in our land, man. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai hasten it in his time.
You do that in this society, that's a whole lifetime of child support right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And bro, it ain't gonna be no child support in the kingdom, bro. That's bugged out in itself.
Right.
Bro, you do that, you can't even, guess what? You have 1,000 kids in this society, you can't even enjoy them because you gotta go to work.
Bro, it was just an article on it. I sent it to the chat. A dude in Africa. He got like 32 wives,
Yeah, I saw
kids,
that.
children.
Yeah.
He said he had to stop having children and furthering his family because of society, man. So nigga had to cut it whole. He had to cut populating and keeping his lineage going just because of the conditions of society. Bro, this ain't where it's at, man. You know, this ain't where it's at, man. We got brothers with multiple children, man, and the things we got to go through just to put food on their table and so forth, man.
And that shows you that it don't even matter where you at on the planet Earth, man.
Right, bro. Right.
Esau he corrupted the whole earth, man, the whole world, man.
Yep.
You know, the whole world was in his hands, and he just corrupted the whole thing. So guess what? You could be like, oh well, you know what? Fuck America. I'm gonna go to South America. Or I'm gonna go to Asia.
Right.
But guess what? The curse is still gonna get your ass, man. And Esau over there too, man.
Yep.
You know, so the conclusion is this devil just gotta go, man.
Yep.
Ain't no we could be joint heirs with Esau. That shit dead, man. This devil just have to go all the way, man.
Let me jump up to 10. It says, and the sons of strangers, Isaiah 60 and 10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. Man, they're gonna serve us, man. You see, and that's why immortality is where it's at, man, because we're gonna be back in rightful position. For my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually. So Esau got to close everything, bro. We ain't gonna have, bro. Listen, it's gonna be something you don't even. It's far past the movie, man. The scriptures say that. The scriptures say the eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the things I have prepared for those who love me. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually. Same thing is saying in Revelation 21. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought, going into their wealth, their women, everything they uphold to high esteem. What'd you say?
I said, son.
Khan. For the nations and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, yet those nations shall be utterly wasted. That's what we look forward to, man. We look for authority, man.
And that's gonna be Esau, man. He's gonna be utterly wasted because he's not gonna get right. Yep. In the kingdom, he's still gonna be bucking up, thinking he go get us out of power. Somehow we gonna be you ain't gonna be able to deceive Eve in the kingdom again, Esau. That trick will be done away with, man.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna be nothing new you gonna be able to think of, man, because we're gonna be so much on a different level. we not gonna be touched, man.
Bro, Yahweh Shah showed you that your magic is weak because Satan appeared unto Yahweh Shah trying to tempt him, man, and Yahweh Shah wasn't born for it. So the spells that you have and the things that you perform can't convince Yahweh Shah in this realm, which makes you more so. You know what I'm saying? How much more when everything? So and that was Yahweh Shah in this realm. You know what I'm saying? So
in the flesh.
In the flesh. So when now, and like he's not gonna meet you as a man. Now he's in his full essence, right? Come on, man. Your magic is not gonna work. This is the last step for your sorcery, man. It's never gonna affect the Israelite man, woman, and child again, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a true definition of a God, man, and that's what we understand you're trying to obtain, bro. The tiny technology and all these experiments, you kidnapping Jakes and you experimenting for hundreds of years, keeping them in your layers, working on the body of Jake, trying to see, oh my God, your skin is so, trying to destructure us and see how the hell we move like we do and talk like we do.
Trying to use our organs and shit.
Bro, like what's wrong with you, bro?
Me and the brothers on the phone earlier, we was talking about, the brother was saying how Tom, they say George Washington's teeth was wood, it was really slave teeth.
Yeah, it was.
Like, bro, that's bugged out, man.
Yeah.
That shit nasty, man.
They used our hair like for the cotton that you got in your couches and shit. They would shave our women hair and our men hair. They would shave them bald and use their hair as the cotton in their seats, man. This nigga they gotta go, man.
Yeah, well, fuck that.
Yeah, you
gotta say something about basically him kidnapping Jason, things like that. He don't only, cause he basically try to manipulate the elements. You know, he want to have that God complex. He don't only do that with people. He do that with animals. He do that with the fruits. Okay, that's why you got fruits being colors they're not supposed to. They don't come
sizes
with,
they're not supposed to.
They don't come with seeds and so on and so forth. You know, but it's all about to be done away with. I got a precept on this.
I was just going to finish that second of 7.
That's what I was at.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. All right.
Second Ezra chapter 7, I'm reading verse 42 again. Says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. Okay, once again, this present evil world we live in, this is not the kingdom. Okay, if anything, this is the kingdom of death. Okay, ruled by Esau, Edom. Because when you read in Sirach the 10th chapter, it tell you as the ruler of the city is, so are all they that dwell therein. And Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, it tell you that Esau, Edom is as death. So all those who dwell in the city, dwell in society, they're gonna be as death. That's why we see death reigning the way it is. But that's because this is not the life where much glory doth abide. I just read. But verse 43, 2nd Ezra 7:43 says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. Okay, because when you go to the previous chapter, it tell you Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. How is Esau's rulership going out with violence? Okay, the day of doom, the ultimate plague being the missiles, you know.
Right, and we're the ones that uphold this message. Okay, because you know that because Trump said he called us the prophets of doom. All right, so that means that we're speaking on things that when you hear doom, you think of an explosion, think of some type of destruction. So we're the we're the ones that's telling you of this explosion that is to come. So can you read that one more time?
2nd Ezra chapter 7 and 43 it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Yeah, so that means that we're telling the people that it's something called a day of doom, which is the day of Yahweh Shai, and it's going to be the end of this time. Who will uphold this time? The brother quoted 2nd Ezra 6. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. Okay, go ahead.
Like, let me get I got the etymology for the word doom. It says administration of justice, judgment, equity. Okay, not equality, equity, which is being fair, meaning the things you do, you have to pay for. Okay, that's what the day of doom consists of. Like the brother said, that is when Yahweh shall return. Okay, when we read Revelation 22, I think it's like 12. It says,
Reward. You talking the reward?
Yahweh shall say he gonna give the reward to every man according to what they work shall be, roughly paraphrase. It says doom, it says judgment decree. So basically that's what the day of doom is. It's synonymous with the day of judgment.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
We're back at Second Ezra
They got
7:43.
the doomsday clock.
Yup.
It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time." Okay, the end of this present evil world.
Mm-hmm.
Reading on, it says, "And the beginning of the immortality
That's
for
it.
to come,
Yup.
wherein corruption is past, and temperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up."
Right.
Okay, and it says, "Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that has gotten the victory."
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it, man. Which means that because the ones that got the victory overcame death. So if death is put out, there's no one to overcome him no more. You see? Because there's only life and death. There's no in between. So that's why Yahweh, that book often says, choose one. Either you choose life or you choose death. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the between the realms like, oh, guys, I mean, bro, you know what I'm saying? Life on this side, devil over here, you in the middle, like telling them they pulling on you and shit. No, bro, like, no, it don't work like that, bro. That's why the ones that got the victory overcome, bro.
You either alive or you not. Like,
Yeah, bro.
this Wisdom of Solomon 2:23 it say for Elohim created man to be immortal and made them to be an image of their own eternity.
Right. You got it. I was gonna say because it said made them be an image of his own eternity. That's what we're gonna uphold in the kingdom. That image that we had in the beginning, which other things had to play out for the sake of the glorification of Yahweh Shah.
Right, because that image is that was the order, man.
Yep.
You know, the laws, the laws was written in our inner parts, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was verbally like this is what it's gonna be, and that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom, man. We ain't gonna need to have the Ten Commandments on the wall and look at like, oh shit, damn, I fucked up, I broke that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I almost. We ain't gonna be like that, man. We could just naturally know like it's gonna be an instrument, just like how it's natural for you to breathe, think, blink, talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the laws gonna be in our inward parts, man. It's just gonna be natural, man. It ain't gonna be. We ain't gonna have a thought to do something wicked because we say a foolish thought is sin. So we're not even gonna have a thought of nothing wickedness. Everything is gonna be pure righteous, man.
Yep.
It say, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. So right, envy of the devil, man. Hey, Esau Edom. Esau, the serpent, man. That old serpent, he was envying the Israelites, the Adamites. Like, niggas, they just think they're wrong. They hearing diary, things all good, you know. And he tried to stop that, man. You know, the enemy tried to stop the spirit the Lord gave us, man. You know, and the enemy will always do that, man. That's why the Lord just gonna X his ass out, you know, so we can just rule forever, man, in peace, man. You know.
I got one more. Wisdom Solomon 3 and 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is there hope for the immortality. So yeah, man, what comes with this immortality though to obtain it, to get it though, we're gonna have to go through a trial, a tribulation, a fiery furnace, man. Okay, to obtain that immortality, and what you're finding out is that everything is not meant to go through a furnace, man. You know, everything is not meant to go through a furnace. Only certain things can go through a furnace. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things won't get burned up. Certain things that go through a furnace is created to go through the furnace so it can get better of itself, man. Be a better version of itself. You see? So in order to get to that immortality, though, we're gonna have to go through that furnace, which you're gonna find out a lot of guys are not really fit to go into that furnace. You're only gonna get built up or you're gonna get destroyed. You see what I'm saying? But that's what comes with this program. To receive immortality, Lord willing, we're part of that number, is to go through that fiery furnace, man, and to come out, you know what I'm saying, on top, man. Okay, because that's what we're hoping for. Even though we get punished inside of man, our hope is full of immortality, man. All right, we see the kingdom, we see the beaming up from the chariots and Yahweh Shah jumping up and down, congratulating us, hugging us, and saying, "Child, well done, good, my good and faithful servant," and so forth, man. That's what we envision, man. And you constantly envision that, you constantly harp on that. You can't tell me you're not a man of the Lord, man. and you constantly doing the things that the Lord asks of you, man, okay, and truth and sincerity, man, you know, you got
They
it.
say, delight thyself in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Man. That's what we desire to rule forever, man.
Yeah, not just that, because we know we're gonna rule forever. We desire salvation, because all Israel not gonna get salvation. Only a third, and a large multitude of men, women, and children is gonna receive salvation. You see what I'm saying? We want salvation. We want that first trip. We want to be responsible for repopulating the earth again. You know what I'm saying? We want to be the first fruit of our kind, the first fruit of the gods that the world will see in the future. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are hoping for, man. All right, to be closer to Yahweh Shai, the closest we get to Yahweh Shai as we can, man. Yahweh Shai as we can, and that's the elect, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got something this on 1 Corinthians,
Lord willing.
15 and 51. It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. Come on, we gonna get them new bodies, man. Them immortal bodies, man. You know, we're not gonna be in the kingdom in this wicked ass flesh, man. And the spirit of verse above say that flesh and so like when we read verse 50, it say, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Right.
Neither do of corruption inherit incorruption.
Right.
This body is wicked, is weak, is broken down.
Right.
You know, these bodies not coming in the kingdom. We're gonna get new bodies, man. Verse 51, it says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So there we go, man. So in a twink, that's quicker than a blink, man. That's quicker than a second. We're going to have new bodies, man. Lord willing, to be a part of the elect, man. The elect is going to get new bodies, man. You know, that's going to be everlasting, immortal. You know, like the brother made mention, we're gonna have all these sicknesses. We're gonna have vitiligo. So there you go, man. Immortality is where it's at, man. Because outside of that, it's death, man. It's nothing convenient for you, man. You know, it's say so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall we be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Right? And this process is starting now, man. Us putting on that immortal, man. That immortal clothing, man. But hey, it's gonna come to its full effect when we get them new bodies, man.
Showing you that the immortal clothing is the mind, the mindset that we're establishing. You see, the ones that are gonna have the why is them having the mindset of Yahweh Shai. Either you have the mindset of Yahweh Shai or you have the mindset of Esau. Showing you that it's going to go back to your mind because your mind is connected to the soul and spirit. Your mind is going to be able to, what's going to be able to sustain you in Jacob's trouble and so forth. So that salvation, that tawah, that mark of exemption, are the ones that have the mindset of Yahweh Shah. So when Yahweh Shah returns, he's going to see a glow on those men, and he's going to know those are the men. You see what I'm saying? Even though he already knows, but just so you can understand, it's that wisdom. We read it earlier. Ecclesiastes 8:1 is going to shine upon these men and this large multitude of men, women, and children. Their mind, man, and he's going to be able to see himself, and he's going to, and all the little mini Yahweh Shahs are going to get receive salvation, man. You see, and that goes back to what we said earlier, the new covenant. Because in the kingdom, when we're going to have immortality and righteousness, that means we're going to have the mindset of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. You see, that's why we want to obtain immortality, because we have the mind of Yahweh Shai, man, in His fullness, right, to a degree, man. All right, to the degree of what the Lord has set the measure for, man. Because we're not Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? We're not Yahweh, but we're going to be a form of them. Okay, go ahead. All right.
Let's say, "O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?" Right? We ain't gonna keep dying, keep having reincarnations over and over. spirits being weird out, just keeping them back on the earth over and over, man. Going through the same shit over and over. That shit is coming to an end. Hey, you answer this for me?
I got this too.
This it say the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to the Most High, which is giving us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So we gonna get victory, man. We gonna get victory over this devil. We gonna get victory over our own flesh, man. Oh, we gonna overcome death just like Yahweh Shai overcame death, man. You know. It say therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, man. And that right there shows that the things we're doing now is conforming to that immortality, man.
Bro. I just got two more, bro. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 22. So like I'm starting at verse 19. It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High." Okay, because brothers going into how we waiting to be changed, and not only us, but the whole creation. Okay, the whole earth, all the plants, the trees, the fishes, the birds, everything is waiting for immortality to rule. Because as it says in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice, and not just the people, but the whole creation, as I just read. But right now it says, verse 20, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope." Because if we wasn't subject to vanity, okay, being in this flesh, having to fight death on a daily basis, then what will we be hoping for? We already know it says, verse 21, "Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption," okay, the chains of darkness, this flesh, "into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now." You see, when we go into Isaiah the 24th chapter, to tell you that the earth mourneth and languisheth. That's because of the people that's ruling, okay? And the whole earth, once again, is waiting for us to receive that immortality and to rule according to the law, statutes, and commandments.
Because the heathen go, I mean, so, so they had land, what I'm saying? Nobody's winning with this devil in power, man. He's destroying himself and everybody, man. You gotta know. Stupid.
Verse 23. Verse 23 it says, "And not only they, okay, not only the creation, not only the heathens, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body." You see, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? You see, we going in to talk about, we hoping for immortality to come, because we know it's gonna come, meaning we don't see immortality. Everything we see is corrupted. Okay, for what a man see, why doth he yet hope for? For verse 25 it says,
all right, so therefore we. I was gonna say that shows you that there's something greater than this state, than this form.
Like, that's where you say that, because what I'm saying is kind of similar to that, because that's true. These people in this society don't have no hope, man. They don't have no hope of nothing greater than this. They just think this the best it could get. Like that nigga Big Crit said in that one song, "Don't want to be here but too scared to leave." Because Jake's still in the mindset of just, all right, well, I got my, I got what I have in America, man. I'm a so-called free citizen. I got my rights. I'm not in hardcore slavery no more, so it's all good, man. But this is not hope, man. This shit coming to an end. These people have false hope, man.
Verse 25 says, "But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it." That's pretty much what it is. We patiently waiting. We're suffering. We suffering, because patience goes back to suffering. And like it says in Hebrews 2nd chapter, "The captain of our salvation was made perfect through sufferings." Okay, and the disciple is not above his master, for the servant above his Lord. So we're gonna be perfected as well through our sufferings.
That's it.
You know?
That's that fire I was talking about earlier. Which means that it's going to the acceptable man, like it says in Wisdom Psalm 3, the Lord tried and proved him worthy for himself. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you got some that they don't get the only impurity they can come out, and you got some that do. You know, come out even shinier and out of the fire, man. There's two more that they link. This Revelation is this is Tobit 13 and 15. Let my soul bless the Most High, the power, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones, thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Alleluia. And they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh Bashem Shah, which have extolled it forever. You see? And that's a quick text glimpse of the stones that are going to govern the walls and the material around the capital of the whole world, which is Jerusalem, man. You know what I'm saying? And it said the Lord is going to extol it, meaning put it at high, all right, a high stance forever, man. Okay?
Not just called lively stones.
Exactly. This is Revelation 21 and 17. And he measured the wall thereof in 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, and the ninth topaz, the 10th chrysoprase, the 11th adjacent, the 12th amethyst, and the 12 gates. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein, for the Yahweh Bashem Shah Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. You see, so I mean, I ain't gonna keep reading, but yeah, man, because it says the same thing I read in Isaiah 60, but that's the point, man. That's what we're looking forward to, man. You know what I'm saying?
And bro, that right there just gonna make the frequency of the air just be different. Like
it's gonna clean everything, keep everything fresh.
Right. This society, they got concrete and asphalt. That shit fuck up your body. That shit do something. That alone do something to your mental. You know,
the building structures, how you build, all right, the things you put into the air to keep those buildings going.
They said the streets gonna be made out of gold, man. Pure gold, transparent glass, man. Transparent gold. You see able to see your own reflection. You know, that shit. So the immortality is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
There you go, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We'll close like in all praise on the glory too. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakadash. The honest apostle of this great millstone, goodwill. Peace and blessings to the hopeful lady. Shalom. The ball.
Ball. UTA. Soon.